Thank you very much for inviting me to this interview. The story is quite complicated because in 2013 I had to relocate to Spain. I was after chemotherapy in the United States for a very rare autoimmune disease. And in the United States, I was told that I will not be able to do big gynecological abdominal surgeries, that probably my fingers one day will be too stiff to work. So I decided to do subspecialty in reproductive medicine, and the best country probably in the world, the most advanced in reproductive medicine is Spain. So, having this American vision of the world, Europe is small. It's only 2-3 hours flight from Spain to UK, to Germany, to Poland. And I thought, on one hand, I will be able to support patients in their journey of having a baby. And on the other hand, I said, maybe, through the knowledge of these European languages, I will be able to serve them in their mother tongue. So the first thing that I was thinking about in 2013 was the communication, that for a patient, it's very important when they have to do this step and think, oh my God, we're going to do the treatment abroad, especially when you are, in UK. I have to have a doctor who will serve me in my mother tongue. So this way, small things in the treatment of the patients are well taken care of. The details are well managed. On the other hand, I wanted to learn the different types of treatment which in the United States are not as popular because of finances and the costs of the treatment. So I knew that Spain is very well known for genetical testing of the embryos as a cure for recurrent implantation failure. And on the other hand, I knew that Spain is a country number 1 in the egg donation treatment. So, I just decided to learn it here in Spain. And before the COVID time, we used to fly to London. We were renting an office on the Harley Street where we were seeing patients, British patients. I remember my first consultation, I had 2 patients. After 1 year, it was just, one day consultation, Saturday. I had 20 patients, okay? So patients were coming to visit us for the first consultations where they couldn't be treated more in their country. They had few treatments and they were not, moving forward. They were disappointed and they wanted to know why. And, the Spanish reproductive medicine offers you the answer why. So when we see patients with advanced maternal age, quite often the main reason is the euploidy rate, the number of genetically healthy embryos that patients generate in different age groups. So majority of UK patients were flying to Spain for IVF with PGDA. And the other group of patients that we had from UK were patients, complicated cases, which were coming for an egg donation. I'm not inventing here anything on my own. In 2010, when I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease, I felt completely lonely here in Europe. I was going from one doctor to another, and everybody was telling me that I'm going to die. And nobody really knew how to treat me. I flew back home to Detroit, to the United States. When my mom saw me on the airport, she was crying. And I got into University of Michigan Rheumatology Center, and one colleague of mine did with me what I do now with my patients. On one hand, in the US, he told me what American medicine can offer me, and he gave me the whole strategy, how often, what we're gonna do to get me out of this mess. And on the other hand, psychologically, I felt that he took my hand, and he and his team were walking me, supporting me through the whole journey until the moment where he said, listen, you're free, you're healthy, there's nothing more I can do for you. You have to go to the sunny country to maintain this miracle. And I ended up in this sunny country. I have first consultations with patients online that we do not charge because the gift that I was given through American medicine, I want to give back to patients from all European Union. So the first consultations that we have, of course, is medicine. Of course, we have to go over your medical history. Of course, we have to make a plan so you know how the whole preparation in your home country will look like. When do you have a period? When you take estrogens? When do you put injections? We have to adjust it to your schedule. And for us, it's very important that you don't do it on your own. You have PAs, you have assistants who have a schedule of all the patients that we treat. And usually on the day when you have to do the scan and they do not receive an answer from you, they call you or they write you an email or WhatsApp saying, hello, how's your ultrasound today? Okay, so for us, it's very important that we treat you medically well, as best as we can. And on the other hand, we support you through the whole journey. So when you arrive here, your body is prepared either for egg retrieval or for the transfer. The whole preparation, as I say, through the medication plan is organized in your home country. And when you arrive here, the assistants, take care of your accommodation. You're getting picked up from the airport. So you don't feel here alone. So it's very important for us that we give you a solution to your treatment. And on the other hand, you feel with us like at home, like on vacation in Spain. It's a very good question. So we are all sorry that we have a UK border. And, we cannot send you medication from European pharmacy because they get stuck on the UK border. We hope UK will change it. And what we do is we have sonographers and medical professionals in London who will scan you and tell us in which point of the cycle you are and how the preparation is going. And on the other hand, the same medical professionals rewrite our prescriptions. So you go to the British pharmacy and you can get medication. There are services online. There are pharmacies online, UK pharmacies based in the UK, which accept our prescriptions, and then medication gets delivered to your door. Okay, so this is how we had to solve the problem with logistics and communication in the UK. So on the day of the first appointment, after the first appointment, you get from us a medication plan proposal, prescription, this all personal data, protection forms, consents, and then you see how your treatment can be organized, and our assistants support you, giving you the telephone numbers of doctors and of pharmacies, so everything fits to the plan.